It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield-Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Well, good morning to you. It's good to be back, and good to be back with you. I know the news carried on while I was gone, but thank you for Diana for filling in, and I'm happy to be back.
The show must go on, babe.
It's true. You got to feed the beast.
Go
the
on.
news
You got to feed the
never
beast.
stops.
It is so good to have you back, though. Diana is lovely, but you are my better half, and so listen, she's not. That's all. That's all I'm saying. But
That's
I do
true.
love her. So
That's true. I am
glad you're home to straighten things out.
Yeah, let's do some news. I'm
let's
first.
get to it.
Usually you're first. I'm all out of whack already. This is a sad deal. Layoffs are coming to Republic. ROI, medical manufacturer, is shutting down its plant, laying off 109 workers in Republic. Layoffs take effect in a couple of months, March here. ROI does have another plant in Springfield. The only plant that is scheduled for closure at this point that we know of is the one in Republic. So hate to see that. Watch out for a new scam because they're always thinking of new ways to try to rip us off, aren't they? This is called, they're called brushing scams, like brushing teeth, brushing scams. I don't know why they're called that, but they're going on in Branson and the police are warning you. Here's how they work. You receive a package in the mail with something fairly cheap in it that you didn't order. Maybe a pair of headphones or something. You're like, where do these come from? You're looking at the box. The box doesn't have any information on it, but it does have a QR code that it wants you to scan. Don't do that because when you scan the QR code, you could be giving scammers access to your phone and your information. That's why they're sending you the headphones or the little piece of jewelry or whatever it is. They want you to scan the code. Do not scan the QR code. You can keep whatever they send you, I guess, if you want. But don't scan the code.
Got it. Okay. Ozark schools, speaking of scammers, got hacked by some hackers. They broke into the student information system, which is called Power School. And students and staff members had their names, addresses, phone numbers, email addresses, dates of birth, all compromised, even some social security numbers for staff members only. So that's the bad news. The good news is federal agencies have been investigating. They do not think that data was shared publicly. In fact, they believe that it has been irreversibly destroyed.
Oh.
So that would be best case scenario.
Yeah, I don't even know how you do that with information, but good on them if that's the case.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah. Missouri State University is getting a new performing arts facility and new turf for the football field. And now it has been cleared to spend the $35 million it's going to cost to build a performing arts complex right there on campus. The current art annex will be torn down to make way for this. And Craig Hall, that's where it will be. Craig Hall will be renovated as part of the project, including the front of the building facing the street. So you see a lot of changes there. And that new turf is on the way for Plaster Stadium. The total cost of that project should be about $1.8 million.
All right. Springfield police say they will keep on keeping on to slow down drivers. They just wrapped up a 5-month-long, very targeted effort to reduce speeding in the city and thus reduce the number of fatal crashes. And that they did. Since the effort started last August, the city has seen a 33% drop in the number of fatal crashes compared to the previous year's same time frame. So that is impressive. Speed, they tell us, is one of the primary factors in fatal crashes.
Yeah. Jordan Valley Community Health Center is getting $1 million from the feds. Comes from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services over 2 years to expand Jordan Valley's hours of operation on some of the clinics. Longer hours will go into effect for Jordan Valley's clinic for substance abuse, behavioral health, and medication management, as well as its pediatric express care. So those two places, those two clinics will be getting longer hours of operation.
That's good. The Food and Drug Administration has banned the dye that is called Red 3. It's used in all kinds of food, from candy to ice cream. Yeah. Strawberry ice cream apparently has red dye 3 in it. Some of them, at least. Cherries, cans of cherries have the red dye in it. FDA investigators say it is making this a matter of law because studies have found that the dye caused cancer in lab rats. Yee. In fact, this same red 3 was actually banned from cosmetics because of potential cancer 35 years ago.
We are so far behind the curve on this. I mean, they knew 35 years ago at least that it can cause cancer, and we're eating it every day.
Yeah. In other news, I saw online yesterday that a protein powder that I regularly consume along with my children was tested and had heavy metals in it, like kind of a lot.
Yeah.
The recall, interestingly, was because it had some peanut residue, which for us, that's not a problem. We don't have any peanut allergy, although for some people that's a huge problem.
Right.
But just the heavy metals thing is, I mean, I don't even know. I don't know what to think. I fairly regularly have like a protein shake.
When you start to, and you can go down a rabbit trail on this, but when you start to investigate a little bit about what we put in our bodies on a regular basis and have for years, it will make you sick. And it does. Literally is making you sick.
Yeah.
So I hope RFK is going to do some stuff. I'm glad to see this happen.
Clearly,
now.
Yeah. He's on
he's into that.
He was on this, by the way.
Yeah.
He was the one on this. Yeah.
Well, he's on a lot of stuff. So I hope that he's successful. And, other countries ban a lot of stuff that we freely let our children eat.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Yeah. Yes. I learned more than I wanted to know when we climbed Kilimanjaro from the couple that does a lot of agriculture work. Now they operate primarily, I think, in Europe because it's just a lot cleaner. I don't know. It's like you said, if you go down the hole, brace yourself.
Well, it's amazing that you remember anything from climbing Kilimanjaro. I was trying to stay alive most of the time, so I didn't have conversations. I was busy hurling.
Look at you now, though. Look at you now.
For 4 days.
You look like $1 million.
For 4 days.
$1 million. Okay. In other news, speaking of stuff that if you go down a hole, you might, freak out. A federal ban on TikTok goes into effect on Sunday. This, of course, is for users in the U.S. Reports say when people try to open the app, they're going to see a pop-up message that directs them to a website that will let them know about the ban. TikTok is giving users the option to download all their data so you can save it if you want to. That ban will initially only be on new TikTok downloads from Apple and Google's app stores, then likely expanded. As, what is it, 2 years ago? I think it was about 2 years ago when President Trump said that it has been proven to be a spy tool for some of America's enemies.
Well, it wasn't Trump. Trump said it, but the U.S. military said it.
The U.S. military said it. You're right. FBI. I'm sorry. I stand corrected because he got like the blame, if you will. And he also said it, but he wasn't the first.
Right.
He wasn't the first.
But he's changed his tune on it. He wants an American company, I think, to buy it. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Mr. Wonderful's trying to buy it.
Ooh, Mr. Wonderful. Okay. All right.
Tonight. Not me.
Not you. Okay. I thought it was you at first. I was like, what? You didn't even talk to me about it. Tonight, the Bass Pro Tournament of Champions tips off at Missouri State.
Yeah.
I know you're so excited.
It's
40 years for the big, no, not 40 years. Sorry. It's 40 high schools. I don't know why I said 40 years.
It is 40 years.
40 years. That's not right. 40 years.
This is the 40-year anniversary. What? Yeah, it is.
Sorry.
8 high schools.
40 years. It's 40 years. Yes. 3-day tournament, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Ethan is going. I am going. And then he said that he had 2 tickets, I think, for the kids, which means that there's going to be one who doesn't get to go. I guess that one's going to just be sitting at home. I don't know. What we're going to do with the other one.
Pick your least favorite. Leave them home.
My least favorite is going to have to stay home. So anyway, 40 years of the tournament, 8 teams taking part. 3 of them are from our area, like Link Academy in Branson and
good.
Central and Parkview, which are both, of course, in Springfield. The play starts today at 4:30 and wraps up Saturday night. So starts this evening, wraps up Saturday night. You can see 12 of the top 100 recruits in the nation.
Yeah, it's fun. I love that tournament every year. So
yeah, my friend Paula goes every year, and she has for a lot of years. Maybe I should have known it was 40 years old, but she used to go with her father, who has since passed away. But now she just goes without him, kind of like in his honor, and she's got bells on. She's ready to go.
Yeah, it's fun. Also, a little bit related to that, and you'll hear why in a second. You can join 105.1 The Bull, which is your radio home of the St. Louis Cardinals, as they welcome the Cardinals Caravan to town tomorrow. 12:30 at Hammonds Field. They'll be at Hammonds Field 12:30 tomorrow, and then 7:15 tomorrow night at the TOC, the Tournament of Champions. They will be right there at Great Southern Bank Arena. They're always announced. They come out and wave it to everybody at half court. Some of the players that you know of that will be there will be Benji Molina, Kyle McClelland, Matthew Liberator, and Andrew Palante, and more. That's just a few of them. So there are a bunch of players coming, which is super cool. You can see them at the ballpark tomorrow, 12:30 in the p.m. And can you believe this? But it's only 1 month until players report to spring training. Spring training.
Seriously?
So that means spring is coming.
It's only January 16th.
Spring is coming is what that tells you.
But February 16th is not spring.
Spring is coming. It's what it tells you. They go to Florida for spring training.
Okay.
But they're warming up, which means baseball is on the way, not long after that, which means that some warmer weather.
Ice is on the way out. Got it.
That's my hope.
Got it. All right.
That's my hope.
Okay. Well, welcome back, Ethan. Thanks for being here.
Yep.
And also thank you for listening, for tuning in, for joining us. We are so glad that you did. And we hope to see you back here tomorrow morning.
Absolutely. Have a great day, and see you Friday.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Command Family Medicine and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to your Thursday. We are waking up with temperatures just below the freezing point today, but it could be worse. We've got numbers in the upper 20s and low 30s, but this afternoon, I've got temperatures that are near normal for you. Things are going to start feeling like they should this time of the year, with high temps returning to the upper 40s. I have 47 degrees this afternoon for that high temperature forecast in Springfield. Nothing but sunshine in the forecast today, so we can look forward to a nice, normal January day. A whole lot of melting going to happen again today across the region. So the roads may be wet in some places where some of that drainage is happening. We're going to start to see those snow piles dwindle a little bit. Still not completely gone by the end of the day, but we're going to make some good progress on that snowpack in many areas where it's still hanging around. I do expect that we see another dry start to the day on Friday. However, Friday late in the day, we've got rain showers back in the forecast as a frontal boundary is going to be pushing through the area. It's going to be an impactful one too, because what it does is open the door to some Arctic air. So today we have high temperatures at 47 in Springfield. I think tomorrow we could be in the mid 50s. Then rain chances arrive with that frontal boundary that I mentioned, and numbers change completely as we head into the weekend. I've been advertising this push of cold Arctic air, and that is going to continue to move into the Ozarks as we head into the weekend forecast. Not before rain chances arrive, though, and I do expect that those rain chances increase for us Friday afternoon into the evening hours. Best chances for seeing some of the rainfall going to be in the eastern Ozarks. East of Highway 65 is the best opportunity to see some of that rain. And then cold air is going to surge in behind those rain showers. Thankfully, it looks like the cold air arrives after the rain, because if it didn't, we would get some winter weather. Not expecting a whole lot in terms of what ends up in the rain gauge. I think a few tenths of an inch is what we're expecting here. The bigger story is going to be the cold, and I mean bitter cold by the weekend. High temps fall to the 30s on Saturday. Yeah, we could be in the 20s for highs on Sunday and potentially teens for highs by Monday of next week. So, some crazy cold temperatures are heading in. Remember, this is going to be cold that you have to take action if you're going to be outdoors. You have to cover all exposed parts of your skin for the weekend, Saturday, Sunday into Monday. Bring the pets indoors, avoid long, prolonged periods outdoors. It is just simply downright too cold for them to be out. And of course, stay indoors if possible. Check on the vulnerable groups as well. Make sure everybody's taken care of. Not only will the temperatures be down into the teens and single digits, but we're talking minimum wind chills anywhere from 0 to 10. So this is 15 to 25 degrees below normal. It is definitely a blast of Arctic air heading our direction. This is not just for us in the Ozarks. In fact, this is making headlines around the country that some of this cold air is going to return. This is basically going to be for the lower mid 48. We have cold temperatures that are also persisting for the Midwest today. Small uptick in those numbers as we get closer to the weekend, and then the Arctic snap takes over for everybody. We've got potentially more snow in the forecast for the southern portion of the country too. Not this weekend, but next weekend. Models indicating that there could be another winter storm for the south, so I'm keeping my eyes on that. Of course, that will be making national news headlines if the models continue to hold that together as the weekend approaches. So something to watch in the forecast for sure. All right, it's time for that Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister Trivia question for the day. This one, birthstones. Which precious stone is associated with the month of January? Do you think it is A, jasper, B, sapphire, C, garnet, or D, the ruby? Well, you January birthdays probably know the answer to this one. And if so, you probably guessed C, garnet. That is the correct answer. Those born in January are very lucky to have the beautiful and diverse garnet as their birthstone. Garnets are commonly red, but they also come in an extraordinary range of beautiful colors that include orange, yellow, purple, even vibrant green. There are even garnets that change color from blue to purple in different lighting. It is a beautiful stone, and those that have a January birthday may have one that's probably red if you do, though. All right, here's the question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. Janus is the Roman god of what? Do you think A, war, B, fire, C, prosperity, or D, beginnings and endings? You can let me know your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Command Family Medicine and John's Heating and Air. You'll need that heater as we head closer to the weekend. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning. We'll chat more about that cold air heading our direction for this weekend. And I'll let you know when rain or snow could return to the forecast that's coming up tomorrow. In the meantime, have a fantastic Thursday. Enjoy the sunshine. Stay warm. We'll chat again tomorrow.